What is going on, guys? Welcome once again to another Buy the Dips, Sell the Rips video. Boy, do we have some crazy dips for you guys today, and it's time to lock in. But before we get into it, I do want to mention a dip we called just recently ago. And if you guys watch these videos, you should be up a 7x. In addition to that, we caught a crazy 50x inside Boltz Alpha. So if you're not cooking in there, you guys are definitely missing out. Link is down below. But I wanted to give you guys an update on Cupsy. If you guys watched the video last week and the week prior to that, we mentioned it at 1.5. Recently ripped up to 14 mil, giving us a nice 6 to 7x, depending where you guys got in. And now it's holding beautifully at 8 million. So if you guys are not catching these, you guys are totally missing out. So what do we have next? Well, I want to mention one that I think maybe might pull a Cupsy. Not financial advice. I'm just saying, I'm looking at it, and I think maybe this might be another Cupsy run here, and that is JOTCHUA. And I've been mentioning this coin for a while. It's been an up and down. It came down to 1.1. The reason I like this coin is because it's basically the only USDC kind of coin that has actually done really well. And I don't think they're going to let it die out. I could be completely wrong, but I think this one has a nice little potential here of giving us a nice, beautiful rip, maybe testing all-time highs, or maybe just giving us a nice little push up there. So we'll see. Maybe let's see if I'm right and this pulls a Cupsy, or if I'm wrong. Let me know. What do you guys think? Next up we have is Nobody, and there's another coin that I love as well because we've done so well with this coin. This coin actually ran up all the way to 80 mil. And it came all the way coming down to this 2 mil range here. It's been the low. This is the lowest it's been. But I do see that it could get another little nice spike up here where we could see a nice little push up, maybe back a little, giving us a 2 to 3x here. That's one to definitely keep an eye on. The next one we have is one of my favorite cards. See what I did there? One of my favorite coins, and this is cards. This has done extremely well for me. I've done a very crazy 80x run on this one. We did a 10x, we did a 20x, and now it's back down to 30. I think this one right here, guys, this is the range where you're looking at. I did mention this one last week as well, is we're looking for this range of 30 mil to 25 mil. That is the sweet spot. That is where you want to get a position in here and just let it ride out. I think this is going to do very well as we progress through Q3 and Q4. This is definitely one to keep an eye on, and this dip is actually pretty juicy. The next one we have is Chance, and this is the reason I mentioned this one is because it is kind of in the dip of the dips, right? So I think the lowest we'll see this one is maybe 400K here. That might be the lowest, but right now it's at 600K. This one went up all the way to 5 mil, and this was during that meta time that we had where, charity coins were a thing. As we get into Q3, Q4, I think we'll get some more charity information stuff happening. So this might be our chance to see what I did there to get back in there. Now, if you guys don't want to miss 10x's, 5x's every single day, Boltz Alpha is where to go. Next up we have is FEBU. And FEBU, I call it FEBU, but FEBU, no, what is this FEBU? FEBU. Oh, yeah, so this one we caught really early. It ran up all the way to 9 mil. Then it ran up to 7 mil. Right now it's down tracing here around this 1 million range. What I would do for this one is look for an entry around 800K. Anything below 1 million, position a little bit there. It tends to run up eventually. It's just as long as it gets mentioned, then it'll run up. So it's one of those coins you just want to be in here in case it does move up a little bit, okay? The next one I'm going to mention are two coins that I'm going to mention primarily. And these coins in general are going to be slow cooks, so they might just take a little bit longer to run up, okay? And this is FWOG. This is the lowest we've seen it, which is 3.5 mil. IPO coins are going to do pretty well eventually, and you just want to make sure you're positioned on them at the lowest point so when they start doing well. And that's what we have right here, 3.5 with FWOG. A little bit of a longer cook. It's going to take a little bit longer just because it's an older coin, but I still think it has a nice little run up here to give you a nice 3 to 4x here depending on how high it goes. The next one we have is PIPPIN, and I gave you this guy's 20 mil. It ran up to 800 million. Right now it's at 16 mil. Like always, you want to be watching this 15 mil range zone. It's kind of just teasing us right here. But I think eventually it should give you a nice little 2 to 3x there on PIPPIN. Even from the 16, it seems pretty decent there. The next one we have is JIMOTHY. And this one is a very viral coin. And the reason I'm mentioning this one is because right now it is at a point where it's a hit or a miss. in the sense that it either will continue to go up or it'll just continue to die out. Okay, so right now it's at that pivotal point. It ran up to 40 mil, 46 mil, and now it's a time to decide: will this actually become a meme, or was it just like a fad? Right? Was it just something that just had FOMO for like a good amount of time? For a good 10 to 20 days, and then it just completely dies out. That is the point where it's at right now, and this is where you kind of put a little bit in, see what happens, and if it runs back up and tries to test all-time high, if it keeps coming out of the news, it might have a nice little run up. But I mean, all the major accounts have actually tweeted about this, so I don't know how much of a catalyst this is going to have, unless it actually becomes a meme like Mudang. Okay, so we're gonna have to wait and find out here. But this is the ideal entry here: 7 mil to 5 mil is kind of what I'm looking and targeting here for Jimothy if you didn't get it on the first initial run. The next one we have, guys, and this is once again this one in particular, and the next two coins that I'm going to mention, these are gambles. Now this is Trump 2028. The reason why I like this coin is because as long as they keep posting stuff about this hat and they keep showing the hat, it keeps appearing, then this eventually will start moving. So right now it's kind of in a dip. There was a video that got posted up by the White House. That's where it kind of had that nice little push up there. But this is one that I would keep an eye on. Ideally, 380 is not bad. 325 would be kind of like this floor here that I would want to just maybe put a little bit in there, put a soul to 2 soul there, see what happens, see if it runs it back to 1 million. But ideally, could continue to go up just if we keep seeing the hat over and over and over again. The next one we have is another one called BROTCHEN, and this is a baby hippo. Once again, it's moving up 500, not bad. We kind of wanted this 450 dip, so I'm gonna say anything between kind of like 400 here and 500 seem like a very decent range. Once again, these are a little bit newer coins, so we don't know how well they're gonna do. But what we do know is that they could actually move up. Okay, and the last one we have is CATE. Now this one is getting PvP not only on ETH but also on Robinhood. This is one that I'm keeping an eye on as well. 6 million is not bad. Ideally, you want to get that 6 million entry here. So like right here, that's kind of like the entry you want, or this 5.5. And if Solana gets picked, this should theoretically run up. Right now, it's on a dip. Anything below, I would say 6 mil seems like a decent amount to actually take a stab at it and see what happens. Now, we recently just caught, like right now, a 4x. We're going to try to see if we catch a 10x live on the Boltz Alpha. So link is down below if you guys haven't stopped here. And if you want to watch these videos early, like at least 24 hours early, Boltz Alpha is where you guys need to lock in. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.